Hi, it is April 28th, 2022. Um, Over the past several years, I've been developing some ideas, and I am now applying these ideas to my physical body. So, up until now, my work has neglected my physical body because I've had other tasks to do that have been a higher priority than getting myself into shape. So at this point, though, I've done enough research and I feel well positioned enough to take on the challenge of trimming down and getting myself into shape. So I'm going to be undertaking a fasting routine. That's going to be part of this. And so how this is going to work is okay, let me first talk about the exercise. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be fasting most evenings, and the period of my fasting is going to vary based on the evening, but I'll explain that part later. So I'm going to have a fasting window on a daily basis. During this fasting window in the evenings, I'm going to be doing a resistance workout. Now, this is something I'm probably just going to be doing at home because I don't need the gym equipment to effectively complete this part of it. I have a couple weights at home, and I have other exercises I can do that can take care of that part for me. So I'm going to be doing that in the evenings. In the mornings, on the mornings when I don't have my kids, which is half the time, I'm going to be running. And the way I'm going to be running, I'm going to be applying knowledge that I've gained over this past few years and insights I've gathered to be keeping my body healthy as I run. See, I've always taken the wrong approach to running. I've always set a plan. I've said, I'm going to run this distance. I'm going to run, I'm going to pace myself like this. This is how I mentally mapped it out. And I've realized that's the wrong way to approach that task, because it is a physical task that is strenuous on our physical body. See, some tasks are strenuous on our brains, our thoughts. We have to think about, we have to do mental labor to figure things out. Some tasks are physical tasks. They require physical labor. So for a task that requires my physical body, I feel like the way the leader of this task should be my physical body. So it should be body leading action. So as I'm running, my distance, my pace, all of that is me listening to my body and doing what my body tells me it can do, rather than setting a plan. And it's just listening to my body. And I did that this morning, and it was an amazing experience. I went about a mile at a very easy pace. My body was telling me to take a very, very easy pace, that anything more would be too strenuous. And so I adopted this very easy pace. But after about mile of this very easy pace, I found my body telling me that it could do more. And I increased my pace, and I ran at that pace for some distance. And then my body abruptly told me I'm done. And I started walking, and as I was walking, my left knee was telling me to stop and to kind of stretch out and to kind of loosen up a bit. And so I went at a real easy pace back, taking real good care of that knee. And so that was that. Now, the fasting is different. See, the fasting puts a physical strain on our body, but not on our muscles. It puts a physical strain on our cells, and they have to work hard. But the thing is, they are capable of doing so. And I have fasted before. I've done up to a 24-hour fast. And so my body can handle it. And I don't even worry about the electrolytes because I have so much, I consume so much sodium. I'm sure my sodium levels are very high. So I would probably have to do a multiple day fast before I'd even have to be concerned about that. So now if I get more healthy, I might want to start thinking about that and getting a supplement. There are electrolyte supplements you can get for fasting, which I might order, so that as once I'm at a point where, and you can get these things tested, but my friend had to go to another state to get the test done, so I guess it's not easy to get it done. And I think it was California, which I could probably go to, but I'm just kind of winging it. So my thought is, if it takes a couple weeks for it to get here, and I'm doing this consistently every day, and honestly, for just a 16-hour fast, you probably, the chances, the thing is, I am exercising through this time. If it gets to the point where I'm doing a 5-miler in the morning, maybe at that point I would want to think about doing some kind of electrolyte supplement, but I couldn't see that happening until I've been doing this for a couple months at least. Now, I don't know, because I feel like I'm taking a much more efficient approach than what I've taken before, and I feel like I'm going to get results very quickly. So, today, I went over to my friend's house to watch the Suns game, and he's got 2 sons, and they had a friend over. So, we actually, at halftime, went and played basketball in his yard. So it was me and my friend against these 3 kids who were 12 to 14 years old. And it was absurd because they couldn't guard me at all because they were only up to here on me. So I would just catch it inside and just score every time. But then I couldn't guard them at all because they could shoot, plus they could drive, and I'm just too big. If I covered the shot, they could get around me and then they could get the basket, and I couldn't get to them fast enough. But I think as I improve my fitness, I think I'm going to be able to extend and start getting to some of those bowls. But of course, as the kids get taller, they're going to get tougher to guard too. So we'll see how it goes. Only problem is he does live like 40 minutes from here, which is kind of a long drive. But it is pretty fun going over there. And he's also got a daughter who's my daughter's age, so I could potentially bring my kids over there. Now my son's a little, he's only 6, so he's kind of too small to play basketball. He hasn't really figured out how to dribble or shoot yet. I mean, he's just kind of too small, and I guess as he gets older, and he can go swimming. I mean, they got a pool right there, so he could just be swimming while we're playing basketball. So that would actually probably work out pretty well. So yeah, I think I should make that like a regular spot, even though it is a little ways away. I mean, and it's cool. Like this. So I went over there with my son like a week ago, and at that time there was like another different neighborhood kid there, which was cool. Like these kids, like no other kids in the neighborhood, and like they probably like are a little more like street smart than my kids. Like, you know, like they're probably a lot more street smart than my kids, to be honest, and they're older, but I feel like it could be really beneficial for my kids to go over there and hang out and get to know these kids a bit. And you know, the two girls are the same age, so you know, my kids are smart, and they they're cool. I don't know. We'll see. I think we should go over there for sure. More. So I'm excited about that. That's like a cool development. Another thing I'm excited about is I got the next 3 days off. So tomorrow. So in my fasting window tomorrow, and I still need to talk about fasting. So in my window tomorrow, what I'm going to do, actually, instead of running, I'm actually going to do a hike up a mountain because I don't have to work tomorrow. So I'm just going to go out with a backpack and a bunch of water and some books in case I meet people up there, and just go on a hike on my own, because I do like hiking, and I think the idea of doing it alone actually sounds nice because like you don't have to like wait for anyone, and I tend to like I keep a pretty good pace, and I have pretty good endurance. Like people tend to be surprised, like because I'm a bigger guy, but like even at a bigger weight, like when I've done hikes, I've done a pretty good job of keeping up. Like I think I've surprised people a little bit, and I think I surprised these kids on the basketball court too. Like apparently, like these kids play all the time, and like I'm just this like fat old guy, but like they could. I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm taller, and I was making everything when we were playing. It was crazy. I mean, I was just honestly like it was weird. Like my friend, I always felt like he was probably a better player than me because he always had a like nice jumper, but like I guess that's really all he ever had, and his jumper was off today, so it was like he couldn't guard me either. Like it was like okay, like, but I heard one guy at the casino saying they play basketball. Maybe I should try to go play with them sometime and like just see if I can hold my own. I mean, that's the thing though. Basketball is super exhausting. So basketball now, this is different to running. So like running, I'm listening to my body, but like I guess I'm doing it in basketball in the extent that like I get exhausted at a certain point. Like by the end of halftime in the game, like I was literally like completely fucking exhausted. Like I had to quit, or like I would have needed oxygen. And like these kids, they're out playing there for 3-4 hours, whatever. You know, I'm playing out there for 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and I'm just because it's a very intense game, and I guess when I'm playing, it's like I still am like respecting my body. Like if I'm not gonna do something that my body can't do, but I also feel like in basketball, like there's an emotional element, like there's a rhythm of the game, and like reading the other player, like what direction they're going and stuff. And like, I feel like that part of my game has developed a lot with like being able to like be in touch more with my own emotions and just all the development that I've had with just understanding people and those types of things. And I'll tell you, I had a lot of fun playing, and his kids are pretty damn good, man. Like for their size and their age, like, like I don't know if we, I know I never was that good at that age. I don't know if my friend was. I don't feel like it. Like I feel like his kids are like gonna be pretty awesome if they keep playing. But what a cool thing to have that. It seems like such a simple thing to have, but like what an incredibly valuable connection to have in this world where it's like I spend so much time on my own and not really hanging out anywhere or being with anyone. I mean, I go to the casino, but it's like you're not really you're kind of all on your own there, and you're kind of trying to take each other. It's not a great social like. I mean, sometimes it is. It just depends on the table. Like some tables, it's like you do get good chat and good conversation, people laugh and stuff. Other tables, it's like no one's saying shit, and poker varies. It's very hit or miss, and so like so, I'll probably play some poker this weekend. But again, I'm just gonna be listening to like my emotions. See, your emotions are part of your body, like because your emotions are like based. They're connected with your desires and where you feel like you stand in relation to having them fulfilled. So poker is a very emotional game. There's a lot of emotions going on. And even though people are having poker faces where it's like you don't always know what their emotions are, you have to listen to your own emotions. And you have to like be aware when like you're hating your experience there. Like for me, that's like the gauge. Like if I'm sitting at the table and I feel good, I should stay. And if I feel like shit, I should fucking quit. And like that, and it might, and I never know. It might, like, I might be there half an hour and feel like shit. Or I might end up playing 6 hours and fucking love it, or longer. I mean, and I guess that's kind of like the running in a way where it's like I'm just listening to my body. Um, I'm acknowledging my own desires for my body. And I'm acknowledging my body's demands of me. Maybe these are really the same thing. Huh. Anyway, I always talk to God. I always say, show me, put me on the path you would have me walk. And up until now, I haven't been especially inspired to do what I intend to do at this point with my fitness. But I feel like this is one of those things where whenever anyone's like, oh, I'm going to do this, everyone's like, oh, congrats, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't feel like this behavior is any more noble or any greater of respect than like anything else that I fucking do. Because I have a set of priorities that make sense to me. And getting in shape to me simply has not been as high a priority as transmitting a message of freedom that I have come to understand and a path I have come to see to lead our species out of the darkness and into fucking paradise, man. That has been my fucking priority. And then after that was my priority, putting a roof over my head, taking care of my kids, going to work and doing my work through tax season. These were important things because without food, without money, you can't survive. So I do what makes sense to me when it makes sense to me. Saturday, I have a event that I intend to go to that sounds amazing to me. Sounds like heaven on earth, dude. And with that, you guys have a good evening.